Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm recording this live from Sydney, and right now we're going through some sort of a lockdown due to the changes, and if there's anything that is 2020 and now 2021 has kind of been teaching us is to just go with the flow. And naturally I've always been a person who's going with the flow. I don't know how you guys handle sudden changes, things changing, and I was just thinking about what has this really impacted me. I was prior to the lockdown, I had I love the routine of going to the gym in the morning, doing meal prep and doing everything like that, but obviously that has come to a stop, and that's part of hope you're staying safe wherever you are and how you're adjusting. And obviously everybody's questioning a lot of things, but the point of today's video is I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I was thinking about recently, which was how to motivate yourself and the various alternatives that was there. So I was doing a little bit of a review about the past 5 years of my life, from the time that that'd be around when I was 27 to about now where I am. And I was thinking in terms of particularly about self-criticism. So I am a firstborn. I was, and the way that I was raised with my parents was a lot about responsibility and stepping up and being a leader, yada yada yada, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you all can relate with that, but one of the things that I've then found is that I think over time I have been probably my highest or number one critic in relation to everybody. And a good example that I can give is if somebody tells me about something that they're trying to go for example, they want to start a business, they want to venture something out. I always encourage people, if somebody at work tells me that they want to go for a promotion, I am the first person to be like, yeah, you can go for it. You definitely can. If there's anybody who can do it, it's definitely you. So that's sort of how I've always been. But the funny thing is I was kind of looking at myself and I'm thinking, do I do the same kind of cheering on, hyping, giving encouragement, giving support? And I was thinking that most of the times it's almost like you're doing the opposite. And I was thinking that, is that a good strategy? So at face value, when I was thinking about the issue of self-criticism is, you would think I need to do a bit of tough love on myself. And the more that I'm honest with myself, or the more that I challenge myself, then that means I'm going to be better, right? So that's the thinking. So it's you spend the whole weekend binging on a show on Netflix, say for example, you didn't get to do that thing that you told yourself that you were going to do, and then constantly it's almost that's the part. So it's I need to focus a little bit more, I need to do ABCD, and over time you actually see that there's a massive pattern about what you should do. And sometimes maybe you're looking at I'm looking at my career progression, and I'm thinking, by now I should have been at a certain level, and that kind of then goes on with the culture, the hustle culture of go, you need to move and everything. And it just but when I was actually looking at it, I actually saw that I don't think that self-criticism is a valuable strategy, or it's even effective in any way, because I think subconsciously what then happens to us is that we retreat or we don't follow up. And because we're being our own self-critics, in a way we are sabotaging our own progress. So for the last 2 months, I've just been trying to just pump myself up. Little things like telling myself that, Judah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the things that you're doing, the steps that you took, the little things. Even at times when I don't meet the goal or the objective or the target that I set for myself, just kind of pause and say that it's okay. I'm a human being. I have good intentions, but sometimes maybe I'm not going to be able to meet those intentions. So I've been trying that, and I've actually found that to be very effective, because it almost brings out the kind of cheering you on part that I was talking about. And I don't know if you've got some ideas, if this is something that you've dealt with, leave a comment in the comment sections, as a further discussion point. But anyway, the main point of the video is I'm trying something new. I'm you know what, instead of being a critic of myself, instead of just always looking at the bad things or whatever, how about you look at it with compassion, with understanding, and giving myself. So what does that look like? So maybe I want to spend 4 hours over the weekend studying. If I don't, just tell myself that there's always another day where I'm able to do that. And then that way I encourage myself. then it kind of then ties back to what I spoke about in the last video about just sort of setting myself up for success. And what does that mean? It's like, instead of relying on the immediate willpower that's going to come through, kind of have environment and systems around me that are going to encourage me or sort of empower me to have something in place. So I thought, I mean, this is just a very random thought, quick thought, straight to the point, where I was just asking, I don't think self-criticism works, and I'm sure there's a whole lot of psychology literature, there's a whole lot of people who have actually studied this in depth, and I'm just talking about it from somebody who doesn't have that background. But I'm actually saying that I don't think it works. I think what's important is to encourage each other, encourage yourself, and give yourself a break, and look at it objectively with compassion to say, okay, this is where I was intending to do this, but maybe I didn't do that. Is there a possibility that is something that is not even aligned to me? Because maybe the thing that I wanted to do, the fact that I didn't do it, might be a message, or it might be a reflection to say that, hold on for a minute, am I even assessing that? Why am I even doing this in the first place? Because that's the question sometimes that we don't ask, because we're just going on this whole conventional road, and we're going on in this journey where like, oh yeah, I need to do this by this time. I need to be like, say for me, examples of things that I had, it's like, oh, I need to be 30 under 30 by this time. When it's like, oh, I'm over 30 now, so now I'm targeting 40 under 40. But who say that those are the targets? Are those actually my true desires? I don't know. It's a question that I'm thinking. So, and it exacerbates, like maybe when you look on social media these days, you look on Instagram, people are doing the most. People are, they're looking successful and everything. And sometimes there's a feeling almost like, oh, maybe I'm staying back. Maybe I'm not doing it as hard, or maybe I'm not bringing in my A game in everything that you do. And then it kind of then goes into this vicious cycle of criticizing yourself, of like you start doubting yourself, and then that even leads on to imposter syndrome, where you're no longer able to speak your voice with authenticity. You're holding back. So that's just something that I've been thinking, and I thought I would share with everybody, and I hope you're finding value from this channel. The whole idea that I've had is just to be a place where I discuss some of the exciting books. I know a lot of you are busy and don't have time to read everything, and that's not a problem. That's why I'm here for you. I'm going to be doing big summaries, and I'm working more on that. And I hope you had a great time. You found value from this video. Please subscribe so that more people get to know. Share with your friend if you found this valuable, and if there are any specific topics that you'd like to see me cover, let me know. Anyway, hope you have a great day, and remember, don't criticize yourself. Cheer yourself up, tell yourself how much you're able, tell yourself how great you are, how awesome you are, how you're talented and intelligent, because anyway, the world around you, is a world around us is telling us what we can't do. It's telling us the limitations of resources and everything, but you can do it, and I believe in you, and I believe in myself, and I'm learning, and I'm on this journey, and I hope you do the same. Hope you have a great day and lovely time. Cheers.